Good evening everyone. Today we are going to do the daily Leetcode challenge of 4 February 2023. That is question number 567. Permutation in string. We are given two strings S1 and S2 and we have to return true if S2 contains a permutation of S1. In other words, return true if one of S1's permutation is a substring of S2. They have told you the approach as well. You have to check whether any permutation of S1 is available in the substring of S2. That's all we have to do. So move on to the examples. In the first example, our word is AB. So what are the possible permutations of AB? AB and BA. So we look for these substrings in the S2. When we iterate in the strings, we see that there is a BA present. So yeah, it is true. But when we move on to the next example, in this example, here again, permutation of AB are AB and BA. But in the second string, is there a AB or BA present? No. There's BOA present, not BA or AB. So in this case, we return false. We can make permutations of S1 and we have to check for substring in S2. We cannot make permutations of S2. Otherwise, it would have been really easy. It would have been similar to valid anagram question. We simply sort and we simply check whether both are same or not. But that's not the case. We have to check for permutation of S1 inside S2. So that's what we have to do. So please try thinking of an approach and then come back to the video. So I hope you tried thinking an approach. So best approach to deal with such question is we can think of sliding approach. Why? Because we are given E, I, D, B, A, O, O, O. So we have to check for two elements. In this case, there are two elements. We will be checking these two elements, then these two, 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 then these two. So we are always checking for elements in a window. That's why we use sliding window. Sliding window. So inside the sliding window approach, what we do? We take two pointers I and J and we look for our elements. So what exactly we have to do? Let's see. So to do this question, we will create a frequency array of size 26. Suppose there is a frequency array and inside that frequency array, we will store the count of our elements of S1 string. That is, here is A, here is B, and its count we will initialize with 1, and rest of them will be 0. After that, we will start our loop in the E, I, D, B, A, O, O, O. So we will put our I pointer and J pointer here. Then we will move our J pointer. We will check whether inside the map we will check whether the string 2 element has a count greater than 0, because only that are stored here now in the first string. So we will check whether it is present. No, it is not present. No issue. Then we will move our J. But when we move our J here, it will be of size 3 and that is not possible. So we will create a variable which will store the size of string 1. So we can maintain our window size up to 2 elements in this case. So we will update our I to here. So now J is here, I is here. Again we will check for the elements. They are not present, then we will move. Then here we also need to store a variable total character. By making a variable like total character which will be of same and size s1 dot size, we need not to iterate the map every time. We can simply reduce the character when we found the elements of a string 1, and when this reaches 0 it will be our answer. So here we have reached to B. So total character is reduced to 1 and we will decrement this value as well. But here it is still not equal to 0. So we are not at our answer yet. Then we will move our J here and I is moved here. Now again when we check and when we move and now again we check, we see that J is here. So J is present, so we decrement its count and we decrement this to 0. And when this reaches 0, we return true, that our character is present in the window. So inside this window our character was present and we return true. But imagine what if we was here. So in such cases what we have to do, we have to increment this total character as well. So let's say another example, that is E, I, D, B, A, O, O. So here what is happening, suppose there is a BOA. So here total character is reduced to 1. From 2 is reduced to 1. And when we move here, still it is total character is 1. But when we move here, we are changing our window. So we need to increment this total character to 2. And when we was here, we decrement it to 0. We also need to increment it again. So we can get the exact answer in the window. We can get answer only in the window. So these are our total 3 cases which we have to form in a loop, and we will get our answer. So let's see in code and understand it better. Let me just zoom it for you. To code this, we will start with a creation of frequency array of 26 size that I told you, and initialize every variable with 0. After that, we will store the count of the characters of string s1 for auto. We can say for character c2 s1. We will store the count in our frequency array. How can we store? We will store their sk value by subtracting the lowercase alphabet a to get every character count. We are doing that. After that, we need to create 2 variables to start our sliding window. Also, as I told you, we need to create a total character which will be of size s1 dot size. So we need not to check the map again and again. We will return our answer as true when this size becomes 0. Total characters were found. We will start our sliding window. While j is less than s2 dot size, we will be iterating in the s2 string. And if now what we are doing is, if frequency of s2 dot at j plus plus, if it minus, if some element is found and its frequency is greater than 0, then we will reduce our total character minus 1. What is meaning by this j plus plus? J plus plus means you will get the value first and then it is incremented. So that's why whenever you are here, so when you get the value of this b, so that value is stored and that value is decremented and j is moved to next one, and also total character is decreased. That we have done. After this, what we have to do, if total characters become 0, we simply return true, that we have found all our characters in the window. If this is also not the case, we will shift our window. Shifting of window should be done. We will shift the window. How can we shift the window? We will check whether j minus I is equal to s1 dot size, that they have reached the size of the window. So we will update our window. How can we update? What we need to do while shifting of window? We need to again increment its count, as I told you, from 0 to 1. So for that, what we will do? We will do s2 at I plus plus minus a. So if this count is greater than or equal to 0, we will increment it and we will update our total character, and we will also increase it. If this is not the case and we didn't return true here, we will simply return false ultimately. That's all you have to do. Let's see whether it is working or not. So yeah, it is running. Let's submit it. So yeah, it is accepted. So the time complexity in this case is O of n, and space complexity is O of 26, that is constant space complexity. So all you had to do in this question was you need to create a sliding window approach, and to avoid checking the map again, we created a total character variable, and when this total character reaches 0, we have found all our elements. If it does not reach 0, we return false. That is all you had to do. So please watch the video again. If you have any doubt, comment your doubts. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.